Most of us wouldn't dream of deliberately making our pets suffer. But every year, the Scottish SPCA saves thousands of animals from harm and danger. In Animal 999, the charity is opening its doors to reveal how they rescue Scotland's abused, abandoned and injured animals. Coming up, Connie O'Neill has serious concerns for this little cat.
See the nails at the back end here? This has been hit by a car.
And Jan Torman gets her feet wet to save a gummed up gull.
He's got it all over his flight feathers and his body feathers.
This factory just west of Glasgow produces leather. That means sometimes the byproducts from the tanning process can be hazardous to animals and birds. In this case, a gull.
We actually discovered the bird in one of our bins. We carry a lot of sludge in some of these bins, and I think the bird must have been trying to feed on the sludge and slipped into the bin. What we did then was try to tip the bird out of the bin, and it made its way over to the burn to try and clean itself. And it's cleaning itself in the river there, trying to clean its feathers, but I think the oil in it was so thick that it couldn't clean itself properly, and it made its way over to the far side of the bank there, and it's been in that bank now for about a day and a half.
It's Animal Rescue Officer Jan Torman's job to get hold of the bird and see whether or not it can be saved.
I'm just going to try and get down here somehow and then get across the water. I've got my wellies on, so that should be fine, and just get across to where the gull is and hopefully get him.
Don't like cruelty to any kind of animal or any kind of bird, so hopefully we can get a successful rescue this time.
Animal Rescue Officer Connie O'Neill's in Bathgate.
Hi there, SSPCA, I'm just here to see the cat.
A cat's been found lying under a parked car, and it looks in a pretty bad way.
We were going outside, go to the shopping, got our buggy out the boot of the car, and as we were going past, I'd seen it. And as I seen it, it started to kind of drag its back legs, and that's where it was underneath the car.
Straight away I see that it's quite dirty, probably from being underneath the car. Stay there, darling. I'm just going to put my gloves on. I know. Sweetheart, let me see it, let me see it. Okay. Okay, let me see. Oh, its gums are really pale. See how pale that is? It means that it's not very well. It's probably in shock. Right, okay. See the nails at the back end here? This has been hit by a car. You see how they've been torn? You can see how they're all sort of jaggy here.
It would help Connie to know who owns the cat, but as is all too often the case, there's no microchip.
Unfortunately, it's not got a microchip. It's not got a collar, so the owner hasn't made any identification on its own cat, so we might have problems finding the owner. I've had cats that have survived it. It's better if we can get hold of the owner, because it might be quite a long process for the cat to get through. And I believe there will be an owner for this cat. There's no doubt in my mind. I just wish it had been microchipped so we could trace them quicker.
Connie will have to take the cat to a vet for a more thorough examination. Only an X-ray will reveal what damage has really been done.
It's just a wee shame, the fact that it's got no chip on or anything. Hopefully they'll be able to mend her.
One of the most frustrating parts of being a Scottish SPCA inspector is getting called back to the same job again and again.
I've just had another call about the dogs. All right to come in?
Andrea Middleton's been to this address in Croy several times. 2 Staffordshire Bull Terriers live here, and it's alleged their owner abandoned them for up to 4 days.
Were you away again at the weekend? Have you been here all weekend?
Here all weekend.
Sure, definitely. Because we had another call saying the dogs had been left from Friday to Monday. We didn't get the call obviously until yesterday, so that's why obviously I'm out today, but they're saying that they're making a hell of a racket again over the weekend.
No, a load of rubbish.
You've been here?
I've been here.
Okay.
The staffies are called Roxy and Rebel. Rebel's 3 and Roxy's just a year old.
She's hyper. Just wants cuddles all the time. And he's kind of more laid back than what she is. He's more laid back and she's more in your face kind of thing.
Judging by the condition of the house, it's unlikely these 2 dogs were home alone over the weekend. If they had been, there's a good chance the room would have been trashed. So it looks like Andrea's visit has been a waste of everyone's time.
Certainly, I'm imagining if you had left them, the house would have been in the state that it was in before. I've got all your details from before and I've got the dog's details and stuff. I just obviously need to reiterate that there was a welfare notice served the last time I was here not to be leaving them unattended, so, you know, you are aware of that. So just make sure that if you are away over the weekend, dogs have got someone coming in to them and making sure that they're okay, all right?
But then, Andrea sees Rebel scratching at his head.
I just noticed he was paying a bit of attention to his ear there. Has he got a problem with his ear?
It's an ear infection.
Right, has he been at the vet's for it?
He's got it tomorrow. It's a PDSA.
What time's your appointment?
I think it's 2.
So if I phone them, they will confirm that?
I'll confirm that.
Right, OK. Right, grand, no worries. I'll give him a wee call and obviously just make sure he gets down there because he obviously does. He does need for it to be treated.
Because he's a Staffordshire Sherbell Terrier, it's prone, the breed is prone to ear infections. It's just like as if it's like kind of gunk and like you get kind of earwax all through his ear, so he needs to get eardrops to clear it and steroids.
So what are you doing about that?
Taking him to the vet tomorrow.
So, that's good news for Rebel. A visit to the vet for some eardrops and he'll be okay in no time. When we left Animal Rescue Officer Jan Torman, she was trying to get hold of a gull hiding on a riverbank. Factory worker Frank had discovered the bird covered in sludge. Now, Jan has to catch it.
Just going along to where it's perched under the embankment here. So he's going to try and make a run for it.
Despite being smothered in some sort of oil, the gull still tries to leg it when Jan gets close.
I've got my net over him, so hopefully he can't get too far. And he's got some sort of substance all over his wings. It smells like kind of grease. He's got it all over his flight feathers and his body feathers, and even on his head. So he needs a good clean down in the oil removing facilities in our wildlife centre.
Hopefully they can get it back to the sanctuary and can get them cleaned up and hopefully get them fed, watered, and maybe in a couple of days, a few weeks, I don't know how long it'll actually take, but we'll get them released again and back flying. Hopefully he doesn't come back here again and suffer the same fate again, and maybe he'll learn his lesson.
You can see how it's making his skin visible, so he's obviously not waterproof, so he'll be feeling the cold and all the elements as well as not being able to fly. Once he gets up to the centre, gets a bit of heat, maybe fed, he's a little bit thin. He's quite sprightly though for everything. He's managed to stay out of trouble so far away from foxes or any other predators, so I'm quite hopeful.
Connie O'Neill's waiting to see a vet to discover the extent of injuries suffered by a cat that's probably been hit by a car.
I hope initially they'll be able to give it some pain relief because it will be in a lot of pain. It's possibly got a broken pelvis or fractured pelvis, so they'll have to give it an x-ray, I suppose, to have a look inside, but just wanted to get some pain relief because that's got to hurt. A wee thing.
Connie's only been able to give the cat a superficial examination. The vet will get to the bottom of what's really going on.
There's a couple of things I'm a bit worried about. The first thing is his breathing. He's not breathing very well at all. It's quite laboured, so I'm a bit concerned of a diaphragmatic rupture, which is when the diaphragm, which is the muscle they use to breathe, basically has a hole in it. The other thing I'm concerned about is how painful he is down his spine and the lack of movement in his back legs. So the next step will be an X-ray just to determine what we do next.
The cat has been sedated, so it won't be feeling any pain just now. The X-rays will tell the vet all she needs to know about whether or not it will be able to survive being hit by the car. Still to come, our Gull gets in a lather.
You've got to be very careful you don't break feathers. It's so easy to break them, snap them or break a bone.
And this little fella's pal is missing.
It's been on the run for about a month.
The Gull covered in oil that was brought into Fish Cross a couple of days ago is now ready to have its feathers cleaned.
The idea of this first wash is to see how much we can get off. We don't have to be as critical as we do with the seabirds who basically have to feed off the water, like the auks, the puffins, the guillemots, that sort of bird. But hopefully we can do it all in a one shot and clean it all off, having waterproof at the end of it. Yeah, it seems to be coming off. I'm doing this very quickly because I've done a few before, but you've got to be very careful you don't break feathers. It's so easy to break them, snap them or break a bone, and a lot depends on how well the bird is held, which allows the cleaner to concentrate totally on what they're doing. And you know, it's not that easy. Yeah, he's all right. It's not that easy holding a bird, especially when it's covered in soapy water. And also it doesn't want to be held. Come on, just relax. Okay, we'll do underneath. He's stressing a little bit, so we'll speed things up.
Colin and wildlife assistant Connie Hyatt are making progress, but the Gull's not out of the woods yet.
It's one of the problems with any contaminants on a bird is it not only destroys waterproofing, but it destroys insulation. It means the birds can't keep warm. So if he gets covered in oil and then goes and sits on a rooftop, you get a cold night, he'll just die of hypothermia. So the good thing about here is that we don't need to put him on the water to feed, so he'll just go back into a warm room tonight. And he'd say he should do okay. Probably one more wash should see it done. And then a couple of days after that, he should be released.
Sounds like good news for the Gull. It shouldn't be too long before he's set free. It's time to find out the fate of our little cat hit by a car in Bathgate. He had cuts and grazes to his paws and claws, and he wasn't able to walk properly. The Moggy didn't have a microchip, so Connie O'Neill's been unable to trace its owner to let them know their pet's in trouble.
It might be quite a long process for the cat to get through, and I believe there will be an owner for this cat. There's no doubt in my mind. I just wish it had been microchipped so we could trace them quicker. A second opinion on Scara.
Connie took the cat to the vet to see if there was any internal damage.
Are we boy, girl?
I have not checked.
Boy. Ooh. Unneutered.
Oh.
Let's have a little look at you then.
And X-rays have now been taken.
Hi, Connie.
Hiya.
Not terribly great news, I'm afraid. As suspected, he does have a diaphragmatic hernia, so a lot of his abdominal contents are in his chest. Given that and the fact he has no sensation at all in his back legs or his tail, I think the kindest option for him would be to have him put to sleep.
Right, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of half expected it though.
Yeah.
50-50. Oh, well. Any animal should be microchipped. It should also have a collar on as well for quickness, but really it does annoy me when I pick up a cat or a dog that's not microchipped because we can't find the owner. It's not a big thing to do. It's quite an easy thing to do, microchipping. It's quite cheap as well.
Because there was no microchip, this cat's owner will never know exactly what's happened. If ever there was a reason to chip your pet, this is it. Back in Croy, and Rebel, the staffy with the ear infection, might not be getting the vet treatment his owner has been promising after all.
To be honest, there's still concerns there for me. She's saying that she's obviously got an appointment with the vets. I'm going to check that out because I'm not 100% convinced, but she's saying that she's got an appointment, so hopefully if she has, then she'll get the dog there. But it is still one really for me to keep on my radar, to be honest.
Andrea checked with the vet's practice, and her suspicions were confirmed. No appointment had been made for Rebel.
No, nothing. OK.
She went back later that day.
Are you in? Here's your mum and your friend.
But the dog's owner wasn't at home.
Hello?
Several calls later, Andrea eventually got hold of Rebel's owner and made sure she took the pooch to the vet. After a few days of eardrop treatment, he was back to normal, and Inspector Andrea was finally able to draw a line under the job. This is a Daegu. He's a cute little fellow, native to Chile. Daegus are sociable and clean, and unlike most rodents, they're active during the day. He's one of a pair that went missing in Perthshire. He was found quite quickly and brought to the Scottish SPCA's Dundee Rescue Centre. And there's been news about his pal. He's been spotted near to where they both disappeared in Fortiviat. Animal Rescue Officer Ben Suter is on his trail.
So you've found the other Daegu that we were missing?
Yes. Yeah, it's in the shed, so it's been on the run for about a month.
Yeah, because that would be about a month that we picked the other one up, didn't we?
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, lead the way and we'll go and get it.
Good. About a month ago, we spotted 2 of these little Daegus running around the village, and we managed to catch one of them. The other one was elusive, and last week my neighbour said that she'd seen it in her garden. So we phoned the SSPCA again, got a trap from them, and this afternoon we managed to catch it in the trap.
The Daegu's been lucky.
Oh, it's on the top.
There was a lot of food about, and the weather's been mild. It's done really well out in the loose.
Right, so I've got a little tube that I put him in. So he'll...
Perfect, yeah.
I think it's a boy,
we'll...
but I don't know.
You happy with us taking the tube?
Yeah, you can have the tube, because he's choosing.
It is incredible. It's possible that it's been using rabbits' burrows, or maybe it's made its own burrow to keep warm. There's plenty of fields out the back that it's maybe been able to eat from. There are people that feed the birds nuts and things, so it's probably been living off of that as well.
I noticed you called the other one Dave.
Oh yeah.
So you might want to call this one Chaz.
An amazing ending for especially as we've managed to catch the other one. The fear was he is out here and it is getting colder, so he might have died out here and we wouldn't have been able to rehome the 2 of them together.
This story of survival against the odds ended successfully. The little rodent was rehomed with his pal, so they'll live happily ever after together. It's release day for the Gull rescued after falling into sludge at a leather factory. The bird's been cleaned up and all the oil has gone. It's now ready to flight test its wings again.
We left him for a few days just to recuperate, give him food and water, and once he was strong enough, he was given his first wash. The majority of the contaminant did come off, but he was getting a wee bit stressed out. So once we did the first wash, we just left him for a couple of more days, just let him bring his strength back up. 2 days ago, we gave him the second wash and everything came off him. He was water tested, he was fine. We put him out into an aviary and that's him. He's nice, strong, he's good to go. Perfect.
A textbook release. The bird takes off into the sky and it's not having any problems with its wings.
He's going really, really high. He's getting up on the thermals and he's just doing really well. Didn't expect him to go that good. So it's really, really, it's a good job, fantastic. Can just see him. Brilliant. couldn't ask for anything better.